So Max Verstappen wins the Italian Grand Prix and exercises us all from the Monza Curse. Just before we get into this, throw in a like and a subscribe. Go on. I spoke about this in a previous video. I'm quite pleased now that I don't have to join a cult or get in with any of that supernatural stuff. Big win for myself. It was always going to happen, really, wasn't it? Max Verstappen was just lingering there behind Sainz, and as soon as he took his chance, drove past him and just went off into the distance as normal. So now there is no more curse. It was rubbish all along, thank God. But now there's something called the Nico Rosberg curse. Anytime he says Forza Ferrari on Twitter, and he said it this weekend, he said Forza Ferrari, look what happened. So Perez coming in second, I think that's a pretty good result for him. I think Perez is now kind of finding his place. He kind of knows he's the second driver now. He knows his job. He knows his position. I think he's made peace with that. He didn't sound that pleased on the radio over second place. That's just the way it is. If Red Bull was the media sales department of a business, I'd imagine Max would be the guy taking clients out for lunch on expenses, traveling up and down the country or even overseas and doing really big deals, basically. And then Perez was the guy who came in saying, yeah, I've got these really great ideas for the brand and I know what we can do to expand things and move things along. Someone just said to him, no, your job is just to make 200 calls a day, cold call, sell. But the Ferrari's third and fourth, probably the best they could have hoped for given their form this season and Red Bull's form this season. Sainz, I think, deserved to finish ahead of Leclerc considering he qualified ahead. Although Ferrari nearly did the most 2023 Ferrari thing possible and nearly collided towards the end of the race. Can you imagine if that would have happened? Considering it's the Italian Grand Prix, it was a sea of red there, all the Italian fans, it would have been devastating. Hilarious, but devastating as well. Something tells me that Sainz and Leclerc aren't the best of friends. Now the question is though, can they continue this form or will they be back to business as usual by Singapore? We'll have to wait and see. George Russell staying out of trouble, finishing fifth, fairly quiet race, getting those much needed points after a fair string of pretty bad results so far. And then Lewis Hamilton having a late storm at the end to finish sixth. Can we just talk about Alex Albon, seventh? What an amazing result. And I think I read somewhere that was equaling his best ever result at Williams. I'll have to double check. He is driving the backside off that Williams at the moment. Qualifying it in positions it probably shouldn't be in, and then just defending during the race, and he is dragging Williams up the constructors, and it's fantastic to see. Definitely need to do a video on Albon. Norris coming in 8th in McLaren, handbags there with Piastri squabbling, saying that he was faster and they should let him by. Contact there as well, and if I was McLaren, I would be furious with that, because the last thing you want to see is two of your cars coming together, taking each other out of the race. Even though Alonso was 9th, I don't actually remember seeing him for any of the race, to be honest. I think he got the most out of the Aston that he absolutely could. I don't think he was going to get any more, but worryingly, they're being overtaken a fair bit by the other teams. Ferrari's now overtaken Aston in the constructors. Alonso's just been holding up that constructors position for Aston the whole time so far. And then finishing in the final points position, Valtteri Bottas, the man who has appeared to be anonymous the whole season so far. I haven't really seen anything of him in his special liveried Alfa Romeo. And by the way, Alfa, thank you so much for that Jordan tribute livery. That was very much appreciated. And as an ex-Jordan fan, I just wanted to say cheers very much. It was a shame to see Logan Sargent finishing just outside the points, but he's getting there. He's kind of getting it together, but will he get it together in time for Williams to consider him for next year? I don't know. Liam Lawson as well held his own, and fair play to him considering it's only his second race. Could Daniel Ricciardo have done any better than Lawson that weekend? I don't think so. Alpine was very much Alpine this weekend, absolutely cocking it up this weekend and finishing down the bottom and Ocon retiring. Alpine back on form. And then Haas down the bottom again after Hulk did a fairly decent job in qualifying. What is the deal with Haas? What are they doing? Haas content on the way, folks, so remember to check that out. Although we say that Max Verstappen lifted the Monza Curse, apparently he did have some minor issues on the last couple of laps, which led to Perez really closing the gap. Had there been a few more laps, Perez might have gone past him, so maybe the curse isn't gone at all, but it's just kind of taking a tea and cigarette break, maybe, who knows. But the takeaway of the weekend was Max Verstappen's 10 wins in a row. That is absolutely insane. I do kind of like Max, and he's a hell of a driver, but can someone just please do the business on a weekend and try and dislodge Red Bull off the top just once, that would be wonderful. Singapore Grand Prix up next. That'll be a very interesting one. Will Max be able to hang on and add to his tally and make it 11 wins in a row? Or will someone be able just to snatch it away from him? Because that's what we all want to see. Fair play to Max and Red Bull, but someone has got to do it now. Come on. So there we have it, folks. Great Grand Prix. The Monza Curse is lifted. And just to say, really appreciating the support so far, people. Keep watching. Loads more videos to come. And please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. See you very, very soon.